I am happy they won the game. But for me, something still has to change. There still needs to be changed. A lot of change. Someone needs to change. I don't know who we pointed fingers at, but that was, in my opinion, an awful game for Manchester United, except for the last 5 minutes when they actually started deciding to play football. And I know a lot of people get mad at me when I say 10 out, but the decisions 10 has made have been really poor. Do y'all agree or disagree with what I'm saying? They've been really poor. For example, Onana's not really panning out. Weghorst didn't really pan out. The only people that are panning out for him is Martinez. And then really, that's it. And hold on now. Your hold on's a fantastic signing. Probably the best signing in a long time. Casemiro, Casemiro, you knew was gonna adapt to Manchester United. He's one of the greatest in the one of the greatest in that position, right? So I don't know, lads. You tell me. Do you like the job 10 is doing? Because what was upsetting to me is this. As much as I'm happy they got to win, 3 points is 3 points. Doesn't matter. Brothers are celebrating like they won the Champions League when they beat Brentford. I couldn't believe the images at the end of the game. And I know it's off of like adrenaline and stuff like that. And you're kind of like in the moment of it. And 3 points is 3 points. Passion is passion. Passion's passion. But I don't think there's any United fan that was happy today. United fans, are you guys happy? Be honest. Don't lie to me. 3 points is 3 points. I know it's a big deal. You know, I think, 6 points from City now? Were you happy with what you saw? You guys were happy? Thoughts on Maguire? Him and Scott, him and McSauce were the best players on the field. McSauce and Harry Maguire, probably the best players on the field. They gave everything they could. And it's crazy, lads, because what's really shocking me, and this is where I want you guys to talk to me and let me know if I'm wrong here. The people saving Manchester United all the time are the people that have been there before 10. It's like, it's the people that have been there. I don't know, man. I'm just so confused. What's missing? Talk to me, lads. What's missing at Manchester United for them to consistently win? What's missing? Because I'm confused. Like, what's good owners? Will owners change the culture of the club and the locker room? Will owners change that? Will owners change the mentality of the players? Yes. You think so? Owners will change the mentality for sure. Yeah. Look at Newcastle. I don't think owners brought passion to Newcastle. I think a manager did. I think a manager brought passion to Newcastle plus money. Money came in with passion. Right or no? Newcastle went from being a relegation team to a Champions League team. True, but they also got a big injection of money. And then on top of that, they got a really great manager. So you guys think that if new owners don't come in, it's going to be impossible for 10 to do something? Yes. It's hard, man. I'm reading what everyone's saying because I don't really know. I'm gonna be honest, lads. For the first time in my life, I'm speechless when it comes to football. I'm speechless. I'm not mad. I'm not sad. I'm not happy. I don't know what I saw from Manchester United today. I don't know if you're supposed to be excited for those 3 points or if you're supposed to go, oh my God, what's gonna happen when they play Arsenal? What's gonna happen when they play City? Because this team is in shambles. Onana cannot save anything. And they're barely beating Brentford. It's like, what's going to happen when they play really, really good teams going forward? Because right now, like, over the last, like, couple games, they look like everything's just gone backwards. Why don't you speak on Benfica? They barely won today. Benfica's in first place. Even if they tied today, they were going to be top 3. That's completely different. They're competing for a title. United's competing to get out of mid-table. It's 2 different situations, right? Like, it's what I'm saying to you is like United's trying to get themselves back into that top 3 where they belong. Let me clarify that with everybody watching right now. Manchester United deserves to be in the top 2 because there is no team in England bigger than them. That's it. Period. That's it. That's the end of the conversation. There is no team in England bigger than them. And the only team that can show up to the party to argue with them is Liverpool. Liverpool is the only team that's walking up to Manchester United and talking about history with them and talking about how big of a club they are. So I ain't coming to you like, hey, lads, Manchester United beat Brentford. Let's go. I'm coming to you and I'm saying to you, how do you get yourself back into that top 2? Because I don't know, bro. I literally don't know. I just don't know, lads. I don't know what you do, bro. I don't know I don't know. As a Liverpool fan, I hope they keep winning these meaningless games so they have forced to keep 10, honestly. Rank 10 on a scale of 1 to 10. Go. All right, lads. So Yuli is a United fan. He said to me, it seems like 10 is embarrassed to know he messed up. He doesn't want to bench his signings. He's trying to prove something they aren't. He has his Netherlands league biased. He needs to go after players who actually fit. Do you guys agree with that or disagree with that statement? And I heavily agree with that in a way because Onana deserves to get benched. Onana deserves to get benched. And I don't know who's behind him. I don't know who you got. But something happened with Onana's confidence, and you got to bench him or something to help him get it back. I don't know how you get it back. I don't know what you do with Onana, but something's wrong. Because, guys, I remember watching Onana, and he was a beast. Do y'all agree or no? He was nasty. I remember watching this guy at multiple different teams where he was amazing at goal, bro. The dude could save anything. His reflexes were incredible. And now I'm watching him and I'm like, damn. What's wrong with him? Inter had a defense. Onana was good at Ajax. That's where he was, right, lads? Wasn't he the goalkeeper when Ajax made that really far push in the Champions League? Or am I tripping? I'm pretty sure Onana was the goalie when Ajax made that crazy run in the Champions League. Was he or was he not? He was? All right, so he was. I remember everybody talking about him when we were making that Champions League run. Him, Van de Beek, all those players. I don't know, man. I don't want to put all the blame on 10 and be like, yo, 10's trash. 10's this, 10's that. I don't want to do that because I think you have to blame players. I think you have to blame owners. I think the whole thing is wrong. I don't know how you save United. And you know what? I'm going to say this too. I don't really think there's a point in firing 10 because who's going to take his spot? Who can you get right now that fixes all the problems? Who? Who can you get right now that fixes all of your problems? Who do you get, lads? Because I'm going to be honest with you. There is no player on the market available that's going to fix Manchester United. For about 4 years, we complained they needed a defensive mid. They got that. Before that, we complained they needed a defender. They got that. Then we complained they needed a striker. They got that. And McSauce is still having to win them games. You feel me? So I don't think there's a player on the market that's going to save what defender? Martinez and Varane. Those defenders. Martinez and Varane. Did Real Madrid finesse Manchester United? Yes or no? Did Real Madrid finesse Manchester United with Varane? Yes or no? Was that a finesse? 100% finessed? In what way? I don't know. Did Real Madrid realize? Did Real Madrid get out at the right time? Is what I'm trying to say. They got out at the right time? %, got out at the right time? They got rid of old players. Varane's not really old, though. How old is Varane, lads? Varane's not old. It was a win-win deal. So let me ask you a question. How many center backs do Manchester United need now? And what center back saved them? What center back saved them? Because I'm going to tell you something, chat. Listen to what I say to you. I'm a Benfica fan. If Manchester United sign Antonio Silva, he will be benched after 2 months. The Premier League strikers will run in behind him time after time after time after time after time. He will not be able to have the legs to stay and keep up with a Premier League forward. And when they play against Manchester City, Bernardo Silva and Kevin De Bruyne passing balls in behind him will slay him. I'm telling you right now, Inacio and Antonio Silva are not ready for the Premier League. So if you think that you're going to go sign Antonio Silva and he's going to solve your center back position problem, he will be benched in his first 2 months of being at Manchester United. And I'm telling you that as a Benfica fan, because I'm telling you from the start of this season, Antonio Silva saved Benfica today with a nice header to win the game. He's been by far our worst center back. He has been exposed defensively this year, and he cannot hit a pass out the back to save his life right now. He looks terrible out the back. He just hasn't been good. Last year, he was incredible. The kid couldn't miss last year. This year, he saved us today. He hasn't been great. 100%. He looks a little bit slow, a little bit, just a step behind, it seems like this year. The whole entire Benfica defense has been a step behind this year. They're suffering goals all over the place. It hasn't been good, dude. Are you saying you'd rather have... No, I love Antonio Silva. For Portugal, he's fine. But my Benfiquistas, you think that he's going to fix Manchester United? You think those defenders aren't going to get behind him? You, Benfiquistas, be honest with yourselves. Do you think Antonio Silva's been great this year? Do you think Benfica's defense has been great this year? No. There's no way. Benfica's defense has been getting exposed all year. All year. All year he's been getting exposed. They've been okay, but Antonio Silva last year wasn't okay. He was great. So that's what I'm saying. Like, United need great right now at their club. Do y'all agree or disagree? United don't need okay. United need great. So how do you get yourself a great center back? I don't know. Where do you even get one? Where do you get yourself a great center back right now? They got Varane. They got Martinez. You got to go get De Ligt. You think Bayern lets him go? Owner's not the issue. No, I think that is. I think it is. I think it is. I think the owner's the issue. Yeah. I think there's a lot of issues at Manchester United. But people won't agree with mine. But I think the owner's the problem. I think Ten Hag's the problem. I think Ten Hag's the problem. I think Marcus Rashford's the problem. I think Bruno Fernandes is the problem. I think Harry Maguire is the problem. I think Manchester United need to restart with players that haven't been at the club for over 5 years, because that culture in that locker room needs to be fully reset. Bruno's a great player. I'm not negatively talking about Bruno or Rashford. I just think the mentality and the culture of the locker room needs to change, and the only way to do it is to get rid of everyone that knows the old ways and bring in new ways completely and start again. Because even though you get rid of a few of them, that lingering culture's still there. And you eventually it all needs to go, and it needs to be all cleaned out, and you need to start again, dude, and bring in like a new, and I'm not saying Rashford's bad. I'm not saying Bruno's bad. I'm just saying that whole locker room needs to be changed up. Do y'all agree or disagree, lads? The whole locker room. Listen, players are they're great players. But reform, you say what? Manchester United doesn't need top talent. They don't need top 10 talent. They don't need that. You know what they need? Players that will run for the badge. You don't need top 10. You don't need Jude Bellingham. You don't need the next Vinicius Jr. You don't need the next Cristiano Ronaldo. You need players that play for the badge for 90 minutes every single game, running up and down the field. That's what you need. Passion at the club, not top 10 players. Do y'all agree or disagree, lads? You need players that are going to fight for 90 minutes, not players that are going to fight in the last 10 minutes. Because United got bailed out today, bro. The players showed up for the last 10 minutes of the game. McSauce came up huge, got 2 goals. But they only played the last 10 minutes. Where was that energy for the full 90? Where was that energy the whole 90? Like, bro, did you see how y'all attacked the last 10? Where was that the whole 90? If you give us that the whole 90, we're not in 9th place. We're not in 9th place. If you give that energy the full 90, I promise you somewhere in the top 5. But I need you guys right now to tell me, we're going to end this conversation here. Where do you think United ends this year? What place?